Inbound marketing is a strategy that relies on being in the discovery phase of the purchasing cycle. And this is something that has been enabled by the internet to us reasonably recently. It's a term that has only come into the forefront over the last couple of years. You could argue that Brian Halligan and Dharmesh Shah and people like that and Rand Fishkin are kind of the main proponents of popularizing this term. But let's look at what we had before the internet and before inbound marketing to kind of give ourselves a point of reference. So if you are trying to target one demographic or another, you can choose where you are putting your media spend. All of these things, all of these forms of marketing have got one thing in common. They are interrupting you in your daily life. They are interrupting you from consuming the media that you want to consume. You have tuned into Classic FM to listen to Brahms. You are not listening to the latest advert for whatever it is. You are watching, I don't know, The X Factor. You don't want to sit there and watch an advert. It's interrupting you in your daily lives. It is interruption marketing of its absolute purest form. Interruption marketing, and to me, it is the least efficient form of marketing possible. All of these forms of marketing have got this little process in common, okay? They're trying to reach the maximum number of eyeballs. They're interrupting you in your daily life with information about them and the product that they're offering, and they're hoping that at some point in the future, when you get to the stage that you might be interested in buying the product that they sell, that you will remember seeing that poster outside an airport in Malaga when you're drunk and hungover and asleep. The inescapable fact is that we need content. You could argue that maybe 4 years ago you didn't really need content. You could have got away with a lot of links. We don't live in that world anymore, so we kind of need to adjust to it. This might be why I'm happy with my job title changing from SEO to inbound marketing. You need lots of content to be able to get those clicks. Now, people are essentially egotistical and they share stuff that they did far more than they're going to share stuff that you did. So if you've got the kind of business that lends itself to it, stick a community up on it. It takes some management. I'm not saying that this is the silver bullet, but that's just another way of doing it. Money-saving expert, why do you think that was worth 18 million? It's not because they had reasonably good rankings or anything like that. They're future-proofed on the basis that they've got nearly 1 million members of their community. Who knows wish.co.uk? Show of hands. A reasonable amount, that's great. It's run by 2 SEOs who are very involved in the industry here and speak at conferences and all the rest of it. They don't really like people knowing that they own it, though. They do an amazing job. So these 2 products alone. After the London riots, the riot training experience. You could argue that it's slightly tasteless, but it worked. It absolutely worked. It's brilliant. I love what these guys are doing. Seriously, go to their site and read the descriptions. They are so beautifully executed and written, and it hasn't really cost them anything to do this. They paid a reasonable amount for the domain, and they're just creative, cool guys who write extremely well and know what will go viral. They're not spending money on doing this. That's inbound marketing. The next one, March the 3rd. Would you like to know where this dream beach is? Click on I like. 2,800 shares. 100,000 people like this. People are so easy to drive into doing what you want when you tell them what to do. Seriously. Oh, God. I know, because I know how much business they drive us, that these guys are absolutely destroying it in their markets. They're not spending very much on advertising. They're just good at what they do. They're good at this whole thing of inbound marketing. You can pay for that bit. That is how much you can earn through inbound marketing. Look at the difference. Twitter is even better. It's awesome. That's what you can buy, but even that doesn't go to your site. That goes to another page on Twitter where you can then have a message that, has got the outbound click. It's, you want to be in this bit. You don't get in that bit without good content. Let's look at this modern buying process again. We've got the interest and the research all the way through to the retention. And I've kind of noted next to it all of the different bits of inbound marketing. And I think there's quite a nice divide there. That into 2 different kinds of traffic. Basically, the stuff that you can afford to pay for and the stuff that you shouldn't be paying for. When people are in the research phase, that's the kind of stuff that you want to be answering. You want to be answering that with good content on your website. People will find your site naturally. They will refer to you. If it's good and entertaining, they will share you. If someone is asking these kind of questions, where can I buy it from? How long does it take to get to me? Do you offer credit terms? Whatever the hell it is, that's the kind of stuff that you should be answering with paid search, because that is where the ROI is. Kind of the takeaways are be relevant to the media. Be relevant to the place that your consumers are at that point in time. Don't limit yourself. This is the one common mistake that, I come from the SEO industry, it's the one common mistake that we as an industry have always made. We're always like, no, paid search is shit, I don't do that. Why? You're losing at least a third of your market. Don't limit yourself. Now, I'll finish with what's the downside to all of this. Seriously. Let's just say that you go to all of this effort and you build loads of information and you've got great content and you've built a community and you're putting stuff out there and all the rest of it. I don't see why this would ever be bad for your business. Because even if you don't attract tons more traffic, you're going to be building credibility in your marketplaces. I genuinely don't see a downside to this form of marketing whatsoever, and I think more people should be engaging in it. To me, that's what inbound marketing is, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the speakers today. Thank you very much.